Deborah and the Senate Democrats have given like 40 plus names to the FBI, which is going to be a pretty big deal. So Trump said he wanted a comprehensive investigation and had no problem if the Bureau wanted to question Kavanaugh or even a third accuser who's left on the initial witness list if she seemed credible, which is a pretty big deal. And I mean, personal prediction here, I think this is some major quotes, and I think this is some major what we covered in the last story and what we're talking about now. Like, this is some major. I think it's my opinion. It's a major sign that Trump is really souring on Kavanaugh in a very open, very present, and very interesting way here, because of what he's saying. Is I mean, if it was him or if it was someone who he really supported, he would be denying these allegations, in my opinion, really, like, just to the cows come home. He would be attacking people. And now he's like, yeah, I have an open mind. So I think something possibly could have changed, something could have flipped, and I think it's very interesting to find out what that could possibly be. Yeah, so I think that's something that very much stands out to me today, as the way he's talking in this press conference is definitely a lighter look. So yeah, the FBI should interview everyone, anybody they want within reason, but you have to stay within reason, Trump told reporters. But they should also be guided, and I'm being guided by the senators, by what the senators are looking for. So it looks like he seems to be, again, a lot more open-minded, obviously within reason, and I don't think they're going to go with it without. The FBI is going to go without the boundaries of reason. It just doesn't make any sense there. But Senate Republicans leaders made clear they did not expect the investigation to prevent them from confirming Kavanaugh, which is great. So the Republican of Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, and resident Senate Turtle, and the majority leader said the Senate would take a procedural vote by the end of the week, so it could move quickly to the final confirmation by the weekend or early next week. So, like, they want this over with. They want this really much over with. Chastising Democrats on the Senate floor, McConnell said that he would bet almost anything they would be unsatisfied with the scope of the investigation, regardless of how far it went. I mean, no, just have a normal investigation. It's really not that hard. Like, I mean, the fact that they don't want a full, again, I come back to this every single solitary time. With someone who has an approval rating of 48%, or approval rating of 42%, 48% disapprove. This is of a Supreme Court nominee, which is an incredible proportion. What is it? Yeah, it's 42% approved, 48% disapprove in a Quinnipiac poll last night. And the fact that he thinks, that Mitch McConnell thinks that this is a good idea to continue trying to push this guy through, it's crazy. It's really crazy. In the way that, and just yelling at the Democrats for that, and the fact they don't even want a full investigation. They really don't even want a full investigation. Senator Chuck Schumer of New York said that the White House should make public what is told the FBI, and emphasized that this is not a partisan Republican Senate staff that is directing this investigation. In an interview, Schumer added, "You can do a full investigation in the 7-day requirement, and that's what senators on both sides of the aisle expect." The revised White House instruction amounted to a risky bet that the FBI will not find anything in the next 4 days that could change the public view of the allegations. And, I mean, honestly, you get the sense that a lot of these people, they just don't care. They just really don't. Like, people like Mitch McConnell, people like Lindsey and Graham, they just want their judges in. Because this is, again, and I don't really know how many times I can say, this is what they've wanted for years upon years upon years. Like, this is pretty much their life's work to come in and appoint a Supreme Court that will survive them long after they're gone. Like, because he's gonna be around for 30 years. It's gonna be a lifetime appointment. This guy, and even if the FBI investigation does produce credible witnesses here, like, even if it comes out as completely credible, like, you just get the sense they're still not going to want to budge on this front. So the contradictions were on public display on Monday. Dan Murphy, who lived in the same suite as Judge Kavanaugh at Yale University, described in a written statement that his descriptions of a Boris the descriptions of abortion junk were wrong and incompatible with the evidence. Never saw Brett blackout or not be able to remember the prior evening's events, nor did I ever see Brett act aggressive or hostile with women. And for every one person who says that, there's going to be more people who are going to want to come out and corroborate the opposite side of the story. So what I think really the FBI needs is some corroborating evidence for the other side of the story, or for that side of the story, to make it look that way. So yeah, that's the situation. All right. So Trump started off his press conference like this yesterday, with literally, he was talking about literally Cecilia Varga, and this is a little bit of a mashup. Okay, so that was him talking to a reporter. It was him literally talking to a reporter. So yeah, that was pretty much an exchange with a reporter. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's rewind that. This is him uncut here talking to a reporter. So he calls on the reporter. He's like, "Yep, go ahead, sure." What? That's a rough burn. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is some awful stuff. Like, oh my god, yeah, oh my god. This is to ABC's Cecilia Vega. Yeah. So, yeah, that's incredible. That is some incredible stuff. He's just disrespecting female journalists left and right. It's like, you're not thinking. You never do. You're dumb, stupid reporter. Yeah, and then, yeah. So let's see what else he had to say this press conference. So that was another explanation from the reporter by the name of CNN's Caitlin Collins, who was removed, I think, recently from the White House pool, just for like a period of time, but she's back, and then she was not allowed to ask her question there. So yeah, Trump is going off in this press conference today. Jesus, I just don't do that. Like, shut up. Yeah, like, just answer the question. Like, these people are smarter than you, and they're not very smart people. I mean, they're part of this. They're part of the media, and I mean, I have my problems with the media, but they are way smarter than the president. Way smarter than the president. Way smarter. And yeah, so he shouldn't, like, if anyone was wondering, I just would like to very quickly settle this debate. The media is smarter. Yeah, so that's sad. So.
I tell you what, I happen to know some United States senators. One who is on the other side, who's pretty aggressive. I've seen that person in very bad situations.
All right, so what that was a. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to play
and
a little bit of audio. This is Trump talking at a press conference.
I think it's very unfair to bring up things like this. However, whatever the senators want is okay with me. They're going to be making a decision. Whatever they want is okay with me. Go ahead. That's enough, Peter. Go, please.
So what I think was interesting there is he's like, whatever the senators want, and they could, by the way, vote to not confirm him. Because he was talking about the Kavanaugh situation there. He was like, whatever they want. I mean, I don't really care, which just seems to be incredible, frankly, that he just doesn't apparently care, and maybe he's lost interest in it. He's like, I want to move on to other things, folks. Yeah, so he called the FBI investigation then into Judge Kavanaugh unfair, and then he just turns and outs a Democratic senator who's like, yeah, I've seen some people on the other side that, like, in very, very compromising situations. Democratic senators, very compromising. Like, what? You're, like, literally, like, ratting people out like that? That's very, like, just, like, publicly outing people for drinking in a nationally televised press conference. yeah, this is Democratic senator who's very compromised. He parties hard, folks. Yeah, folks. Yeah, so apparently now, as we turn on, this was a conversation, folks, ladies and gentlemen. This actually happened at the Texas Tribune Festival. This is Tom Perez talking to, I guess, a reporter? I'm not really sure.
For senators who vote for Judge Kavanaugh. Well, listen.
All right, so again, I do want to apologize for pretty much the blinding buzz on that. So it's like, the question was, what do you say for senators who want to vote for Judge Kavanaugh? And this is what he says. I'll play that again.
Is there room in the party for senators who vote for Judge Kavanaugh?
Well, listen, the Democratic Party has always been a party that's reflected a number of values. But one of those values, I think, has been that we need Supreme Court justices who are going to be fair and impartial. And, I mean, I think if a woman had done yesterday what Judge Kavanaugh did in terms of the shrill, we would have a series of stories today that would be remarkable.
I haven't quite heard a yes or no answer on whether it's acceptable for Democratic senators.
Well, the Democratic senators, there were Democratic senators who voted for Justice Gorsuch. Okay,
which was a bit of a different situation than what we're
in.
Well, again, and that's going to be up to them. But there were Democratic senators who did that, and that is a fact.
Okay, so I cannot listen to that audio anymore. I very apologize for subjecting you through that. It was an awful sound. Yeah, so here's the thing. There's absolutely no reason to vote for this guy, and the fact that he's doing this, the fact that he thinks it's okay, he's giving these people the thumbs up, just shows you how dumb, absolutely dumb in the head that this guy is. Tom Perez is the head of the Democratic Party. It just makes you want to kill yourself. Okay, so this is Wall Street Journal reporter Reed Epstein asking him the question. So, oh my God. So yeah, and he said, this is the key question here: would you continue to re-elect Democratic senators if they vote for Kavanaugh? Of course we would. Of course we're going to continue. I'm going to shoot. Like, there is no reason for any Democrat, no possible political reason for any Democrat to want to vote for Kavanaugh. Like, the swing districts, the purple districts Democrats are in, they are all very much opposed to Kavanaugh. Only the red districts really are. Yeah, and the fact that they feel the need to think that's possibly okay to say is like it's really mind-boggling. The fact that they want to support these people it's incredible. Like, there's no reason for anyone who just happen to call themselves a Democrat to vote for Brett Kavanaugh at this point. I mean, he's been accused of this. His testimony was disqualifying in and of itself. He's lied multiple times for the committee, and yeah, of course, he's also not good. As his judicial record is not something you want in the Supreme Court. It's just hyper political. It's just very bad. You don't want to vote for a conservative judge. It's just that simple. Like, you don't want that. If you're a Democrat and you have democratic beliefs, you don't want Brett Kavanaugh in the Supreme Court. Just like literally on its face. All right. So yeah, what we're gonna do today is close out the show with what we're going to do is we're going to close out the show with Duncan Hunter's new disgusting campaign ad. Yeah, so California Republican Representative Duncan Hunter is not about to let a 48-page federal indictment stop him from scraping down at the bottom of the barrel ahead of the midterm elections in an attempt to smear his Democratic opponent as a scary, literal Muslim terrorist. It's Amar Kampanjar. He's just as Democrat. He's a real good progressive, very good policy. He's a very strong fighter. He's definitely worth your support. I highly encourage you to give him, check him out, support him if you really want to see our progressives win this November. So yeah, here's this ad by literally an accused criminal.
Ammar Kavanaugh is working to infiltrate Congress. He's used 3 different names to hide his family's ties to terrorism. His grandfather masterminded the Munich Olympic massacre. His father said they deserved to die.
A Palestinian-Mexican millennial Democrat named Ammar Kavanaugh doesn't get his support from the people of San Diego.
He is being supported by CARE and the Muslim Brotherhood. This is a well-orchestrated